Need something? I don't generally talk to strange elves who wander in here. I don't know you. Why shouldn't I have something against you? We've got enough strangers overrunning us. Nothing but trouble. Can't promise I'm gonna answer them. What? You mean they're gone? Well, goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian'll be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out. You could talk to the Elder, though she's got her hands full getting everyone on their way. For now, most folks go to Sir Bryant. He's head of the Chantry's Templars. He's gone to war and taken all his soldiers, leaving us to fend for ourselves. There's not going to be much left when he returns, if he returns. What isn't? We got chastened barbarians in every farmholder south of Callanhard running from the Darkspawn. Not that they'll be safe here with the army gone. Don't let me stop you.
So let's
As
talk
if we
about
needed
your
more
mother
fighting
for
here.
a moment.
Don't you see how scared
I'd
everyone
rather
is?
talk about your mother.
Well, there's nothing to talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps, you would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Or we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
You there. If you're... Move on if you can. Lothering's lost. You might find that, though it's probably just frightened gossip. We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend. I'm just out here to keep an eye out for Darkspawn. Please ask someone in town. No offense. The band has marched north with Tern Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
It's just a guess.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman? You could say that, yes.
The nerve of these people!
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more. Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving. Maker's breath. Sometimes it's truly not worth operating this far south.
Just charge what you would have before this tragedy.
Fine, yes, just stop complaining. You're giving me a headache.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Are you here to make my head ache, or do you actually want to buy something? It isn't much, but take a look if you want. Are you here to make my head ache, or do you actually want to buy something? It isn't much, but take a look if you want.
It shall be done.
Ah, the Country board. Yes, let us run errands for the
So many
betterment of
strangers are
mankind.
about.
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, My hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one. Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's chanted Devons. One of them's that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and unto the Maker.
king is dead! There is no hope! The legions of evil are on your doorstep! They will feast upon our hearts! There is nowhere to run! This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts!
Please, you're scaring the children!
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands! There! One of their minions is already amongst us! This woman bears their evil stench! Can't you not see the vile blackness that fills her?
Please stop! Somebody shut his mouth!
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us! No! I have seen them! You cannot run! You cannot fight! There is nothing to do! No hope is left! Are you calling me a coward? I am shamed. But the monsters will take you all! The blackness will come!
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us. You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim.
Your king is dead! There is no hope!
It is begun.
Have you seen my mother? She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her. Why not? Why would she leave me here? But she must be coming. He went with William to the neighbours yesterday, but he didn't come back. Mother said I wasn't to go with anyone. I'm supposed to wait for her here, in the village. A whole silver! Wow, thank you. So, are you really an elf? Father says elves aren't very nice, but you're nicer than everybody here. Thank you for helping me.
Just how smart are Mabari supposed to be, anyway? Do you think they understand everything we say?
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse you, elf. Leave me in peace. I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples. You mock me, or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now, I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate. I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this? The people of a farmhold. 8 humans, in addition to the children. Are you asking if I feel guilt or if I am responsible for the deed? However I feel, whatever I've done, my life is forfeit now. Either you have an enviable memory or a pitiable life to know nothing of regret. 20 days now. I shouldn't last much longer, another week at most. Compared to your kind, maybe. Death will be my atonement. Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime? The Blight. Are you a Grey Warden, then? Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true. Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance, it seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here. Farewell, then.
A penitent man left to be torn to pieces by Darkspawn. 'Tis a fine example of the Chantry's mercy, is it not?
I said enough!
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of. Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs. Then you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travelers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps? Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps. He doesn't have any poison yet, thank the Maker. So his fields are just full of traps. He can be a bit eccentric. None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields. I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
Did you speak to that?
Well, look what we have here, then. I think we've just been blessed.
Uh-oh. Loghain's men. This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen one?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
I doubt he would listen. He blindly follows his master's commands.
I am not the blind one. I served at Ostagar, where the Tern saved us from the Grey Warden's treachery. I serve him gladly. Enough talk! Take the Warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right, let's make this quick.
We've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
What do you want to tell him? I'll tell him. Right away. Now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help. I wasn't born in the Chantry, you know. Many of us had more colorful lives before we joined. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was. They said you were a Grey Warden. I'm surprised you're an elf. But elves must want the Blight defeated as much as humans, no? I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along. The Maker told me to. I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Blasted.
Indeed.
Gonna make more trouble? We've about all we can stand in Lothering now. They had it coming, and they were trouble enough themselves. So long as you don't start more, I won't get excited. Right then, name's Denal. Sorry I can't chat much. As you see, we've a full house. That monster killed 3 families, torn them up like a beast. The cage is too good for him. But it's the Chantry's idea of mercy. There's knights from Redcliffe wandering the countryside, looking for the place where on dress days sacred ashes are said to lie. Can you believe that? The urn holding her ashes is a myth, and yet these knights say they were sent to find it anyhow to heal our Elaine. I didn't even know he was ill. Maybe he has the blight. If so, then times are even darker for Ferelden than any of us thought. Anything else I can get you? Luck speed your way.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the Chantry. I got other gear to sell. You did? Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
What do you wish of me?
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the Chantry. I got other gear to sell. Check the Chanter's board by the Chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about, poison? I figured if I kept asking, I'd find someone. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Something to slow them beasties down or make them think twice. Well, there's herbs in the North Wood. As for other stuff, look around town. Some refugees just left things behind to travel faster. I don't really know what you need, though. I might have some in stock, too.
How is it that Terran Logain survived when even a Grey Warden couldn't make it out of that?
It shall be done.
Very well. I see. Another battle, I see. Begin the onslaught. As you wish.
Yes?
Yes? I shall do it.
Basitisra, Mara de Starit. You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse you, elf. Leave me in peace. I am Sten of the... I suggest you leave me to my fate. I have been convicted. However I feel, whatever the people of a farmhold. 8 humans. 20 days now. Compared to your kind, there is no difficulty in capture. I waited for several days until the knights arrived, because I wished to. Death will be my atonement, perhaps. What does your... the Blight? My people have heard lead. Perhaps if you told...
You got a bed for the night. You taken care of. I don't suppose you know anything of...
Terran Logain.
Well, they're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister.
Tern Logain claims the...
Enough!
Right.
Won.
Good. They've learned their lesson.
What do you want?
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't... Let me introduce myself. I know after what happened, you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming. That, and the Maker wants me to go with you.
More crazy?
Look, what you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work.
Blast it.
Indeed.
Here, I got other gear to sell. Hear about? I got other gear to sell. No. I'd pay good coin for some simple poison. Thanks.
I shall do it.
Did you speak to that knight yesterday? Said he was from Red.
Hello, stranger. Barlin wants to... poison... None to be had. He can be a bit... eccentric.
What is it? I'm wondering, Morrigan, do you believe in the Maker?
Certainly not. I've no primitive fear of the moon, such that I must place my faith in tales so that I may sleep at night.
But this can't all be an accident. Spirits, magic, all these wondrous things around us, both
It is
dark
begun.
and light. You know these things exist.
The fact of their existence does not presuppose an intelligent design by some absentee father figure.
So it is all random then. A happy coincidence that we are all here.
Attempting to impose order over chaos is futile. Nature is, by its
It
very
shall be done.
nature, chaotic.
I don't believe that. I believe we have a purpose. All of us.
Yours, apparently, being to bother me.
A university is not something that one simply opens, like a savings account or a jar of pickles. Any self-respecting academic institution was doubtlessly opened long ago by dignified people who wore bowler hats and spoke via subtitle. The world is a creation of the past, and it is our job to keep it all going and try not to touch anything.
Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on. Students are reminded that this is the Now taking students for Scientography. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. The academic year is starting. I hope you have a pencil. We're starting in the science lab.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. Hello, hello. Today we're discussing, for the very first time, ironically, sequels. Yes, that's right, when the wicked and wretched behind something decide that it's a good idea to bless us all once again with the second pressing of their already tenuous idea.
This is a test announcement, not a real announcement.
Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. Hard work may or may not pay off.
Sequelization, or the art of doing something again, is derived from the Greek word sequalid, meaning lazy, repetitive, or in some way redundant. It would seem that the ancients are trying to tell you something, ambitionless auteurs of our times.
Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. Students are asked not to ask questions. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Photography lecture, starting now.
equalization, or the art of doing something again. Wait, no, we've covered that already. See what I did there? I almost repeated myself and then decided not to. It is possible. Up next, something fresh.
Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately. If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you. We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine.
You want to make stacks of easy cash, but reading about stocks is really boring. Invest in Bungle Coin. It's like other fictional cryptocurrency, but with 40% less saturated fat.
Plagiarism is not a belief system. reminded to set reminders. Distracted students should pretend that they're listening.
Repetition seems to me to be at the heart of all of our cultural and social failings. Oh, what comfort you all seem to take in your cookie-cutter days. Another weekend, another roach burger, another glorified re-release at the picture theatre. Come on, people, come out there and live! Join me tomorrow on 2 Point Radio, where I'll be talking about my collection of ceramic vowels.
If you don't know where your class is it really worth going? If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry.
Many of you are getting in touch about one particular sequel. Yes, the follow-up to Mr. Cushion's positively poisonous production, Perilous Spandex. The only thing hazardous about that particular picture is watching it. The sequel, entitled Perilous Spandex 2, The Handles of Love, received the coveted Piece of Garbage Award. A little award that I bestow to highlight, as a public service announcement really, those films most bereft of value in our county's rich tradition of abominable filmmaking.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses. Students are reminded to find themselves.
This has been exhausting. We shan't be doing it again, because unlike all you reproduction-peddling, washed-up, rehashed monkeys, we, at 2 Point Radio, know when to stop.
Announcement. Hitting the books doesn't mean what you think it means. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. academic year. Try not to worry. The academic year is now over. The academic year is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? End of year results are now available. No unauthorized panicking. Announcement. The campus just got bigger. Not necessarily better.
And that's the show. Of course, this has all been delivered to you with one rather heavy caveat. If I were ever to be involved in a second rendition of anything, I can be certain in telling you that it would be for good reason, and, if anything, would surely be a bigger, better, Bickle-worthier version of what had come before it. How was that? All right?
The more you revise, the longer you've been revising. Return to the hospital. Thank you. No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you. The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated. Taking students for virtual normality. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Announcement. The timetable is now live.
I'm Maggie Watmore, remembering to breathe on campus radio. Are you ever reading or poaching an egg or something and you realise that you've not taken a breath in a while? Oh, I did it again. Let's all try and focus on our breathing during this next song.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Stupid questions will make you look stupid. reminded that you came here on purpose. Students are reminded to be in 2 places at once.
If you're anything like me, you're wondering why everyone is talking about cheesy gubbins. Thankfully, Hugh has the story.
Yes, the popular snack cheesy gubbins have brought campus life to a standstill with their Golden Gubbin promotion. The company has said that there are 6 of the solid gold gubbins to be found in promotional packages. Only one such crisp has been found so far, though the lucky student is with the nurse after swallowing it. Something of a crowd has formed outside the health centre, where they eagerly await for a first look at the opulent puff.
Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog. To be inspirational. Staff are reminded to care about students.
ever been stressed about your future career? I know I have. Here's some wonderfully soothing advice from Campus Radio's coolest customer. I want to talk to you about your future. I hear far too many people getting wound up in all the worst ways over careers fairs. Sure, go. Take the free pen and the boring magazine, but don't stress yourself out. It's important to remember that all the jobs those people do won't even exist in a few years. The future is an unimaginable variable that can and will differ from everything we know in ways we can't possibly comprehend. So, why stress about it, you know?
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember? Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. Education is non-refundable.
Whoa! Is that... It can't be! New from Cheesy Gubbins. One big gubbin. Out of your dreams and into your mouth.
Cheesy Gubbins.
End of year is approaching. It's too late to start trying. Academic year is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? results have been released. Luck won't help you now. Enjoy your summer. I know I will. Skills are non-transferable. There's a fly in here.
Thanks for joining us on Campus Radio. This is Maggie Watmore signing off. Oh no, apparently we actually have a little more time. So, I hope you all have a wonderful, excellent, lovely rest of your days. And yeah, there we go. Goodbye.
Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure. The timetable is not written in stone. Still, we're not changing it. Students are reminded that some grades are personal. Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink. Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend.
Welcome to the show. I'm Richard E. Hawthorne, and you join me today for 2 Point Radio's Election Day special. We'll be talking all things mayoral as 2 Point County approaches another important day in its history, and indeed, its future. Get in touch to tell us what you're thinking and how you're feeling. Who will be the next mayor of 2 Point County? You decide.
Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework. your friend.
We're back. Today's election sees incumbent Mayor Tabitha Winsock take on all challengers. One such foe is Gumbo McNally. Yes, the cousin of Jumbo CEO, Jumbo McNally. Ms. Winsock has held a steady, some say tedious, lead in the polls over Mr. McNally. But what effect, if any, will his last gasp speech have on today's proceedings? If you missed it, Mr. McNally finished a rousing 12-minute display with a story of how he once took a modest pile of change from his father and turned it into an impressive lunchtime spread featuring sandwiches, crisps, and sausage rolls. Oh, now that is impressive.
Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry. This is a test announcement, not a real announcement. Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember?
This from Michelle in Smogly. I spoke to Mayor Winsock after a Q&A once and told her that I'd written her a letter. She said that she remembered reading it, but I'd never sent it to her. So what? Did she break into my house? Or is she, like, telepathic, but just with post? What a lovely anecdote, Michelle. And aren't we lucky to have a mayor that's willing to go above, as well as beyond?
Students are reminded to be in 2 places at once. We are approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry. The academic year is over. Students must vacate the campus. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. Summer break would be a convenient time for construction. Announcement. The campus just got bigger, not necessarily better.
We all like a milkshake. But drinking too much milk can and will make you uncontrollably ill. Be safe and try to have very slightly less than that. This message is brought to you by the Milkmaid Corporation.
The campus has opened a new building. Good for us. students should pretend that they're listening. Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid.
It's election day here in 2 Point County. Who else remembers the year they tried to hold the election through a bungle-made phone application? It's amazing to think that we'll never know whether the app didn't work or if no one voted that year. That's the mysterious wonder of pioneering technology. Anyway, here's hoping that this year we'll get some votes in.
There's a fly in here.
Here's a word from Geoffrey in Blyton. I, for one, think things have been all right, but you know, could they have been better? I think I speak for everyone when I say, yes, maybe they could have. Thanks for your time, Geoffrey. Wise words.
Students are reminded to make requests, not demands. Welcome to the start of a new year. I'll be your host. Hello. New students should make a good first impression. No pressure. Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. Students are reminded that you came here on purpose.
The witching hour is almost here, and this journalist's heart is positively beating with legislative excitement. But while we wait for the final count, I'll leave you with this. I spoke to my neighbour last weekend, and he informed me that he never decides his vote until he's in the booth, giving that fateful cross to whichever candidate has the funnier name. Just goes to show we're all a bit of method and all a bit of madness.
Plagiarism is not a belief system. Skills are non-transferable. unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me.
The votes are in, and we're hearing that it's a landslide victory for Mayor Tabitha Windsock. Some people are bound to be pleased, while others must be feeling something else entirely. What we do know is that democracy has triumphed, meaning that, yet again, the people of 2 Point County will be getting what they asked for. We've made our bed, and now it's time to sleep in it. Good night.
Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on. Education is non-refundable. students are reminded that I'm not your mum. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately. Approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry.
Sir Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. I hear that another university is...
University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt. was talking on campus. Thank you. We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine.
Listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. Good day, I'm Ricky Hawthorne, and welcome to the show. On my drive in this morning, I was speedily overtaken by a car full of whippersnappers, pipsqueaks, and good-for-somethings. I couldn't tell what they were chanting, but it certainly did look like fun. So today, only partly because I've got nothing else planned, I thought I'd pay tribute to those young people by telling you a few stories from my glory days.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Just got bigger, not necessarily better. Is it really worth going? reminded that some grades are personal.
For those of you who don't know how I spent my formative years, I was born, bred and buttered right here in 2 Point County before attending what was then called 2 Point University. I think it's still called that now, but it was then too. Right, top draw anecdotes coming up, but first, here's another toe tapper.
The academic year is starting. I hope you have a pencil. Students should check in before trying to learn. Now taking students for gastronomy. Staff are reminded to be inspirational.
When it comes to food, sometimes simple living is happy living. Don't get me wrong, I'm incredibly lucky to eat a wide range of things nowadays, from chicken sandwiches to pastas of seemingly infinite shapes and lengths. But I'll never forget that time at university when I lived off an enormous block of cheddar. I was said to be mostly cheese by the end of term, and, you know, I think they were right.
The campus has opened a new building. Good for us. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework. Announcement. Hitting the box doesn't mean what you think it means.
Clean your whiskers and grab your briefcase, because Cat Court is in session. This season, it's all litigation and litter trays. The Bureaucrats. New episode every week on Bundle Pictures.
If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you. Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog. Students are reminded to have the time of their lives.
You're listening to Ricky Hawthorne on 2 Point Radio. One summer, some friends and I headed north on a fisherman's pilgrimage to Tumble. I tell you, there's no freedom like it. Just a group of mates, their matching bucket hats, and a case of antique fishing flies. Pure bliss.
Students are asked not to ask questions. Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink. We're approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry.
It may come as a surprise to some of you, but the young Hawthorne was something of a prankster. Yes, once at school, the gang... thousand soft drawing pencils, and in the dead of night, swapped them with our school supply of much harder standard issue pencils. I only wish you could have seen the look on Mr. Featherbridge's face when he tried taking registration the next morning. Oh, the man was livid. Unfortunately, 2 of the boys were expelled for breaking and entering. Don't trespass, kids.
Students are reminded that this is the fun part. The academic year is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? The yearly results are in. Another average year. Enjoy your summer. I know I will. Students are reminded to find themselves.
want to stress that I don't think a young person's life is all fishing trips and A-grade hijinkery. No. I also took a great deal of substance from the many mentors and role models in my young life. I'll never forget the professor who took my Introduction to Advanced Thinking course at university. He once told me, "Ricky, I don't think you'll ever understand what I'm saying." And he was right. A very wise man, that one.
It's not your year, it's just another year. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Administrator is reminded to stay hydrated.
Thanks for joining me on a lovely walk down memory lane. Before we go, I just wanted to remind you that glory days aren't just for the young amongst us. In truth, there's nowhere I'd rather be than here, with you, at 2 Point Radio. Today's show was sponsored by Bungle Kitty Litter, the litter tray that'll make your critter's day.
Hard work may or may not pay off. may be spent on administrative bonuses. Students are reminded to set reminders. The campus has opened a new building. Good for us. Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately. Students are reminded to have the time of their lives.
You've taken your medication because it's time for the Harrison Wolf Show here on 2 Point Radio. And it's gonna be a wild ride. It's me, Harrison Wolf, the voice of freedom screaming into a thankless night. It's gonna be a huge show today, so I'm gonna eat a big old sandwich. Let's power up and power on.
Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember? Return to the hospital. Thank you. We're approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry. Vacate the campus. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. Summer break would be a convenient time for construction.
Did you see that Bungle launched another rocket into space the other day? I'm sure they'll tell you that it's important work. But what I want to know is why don't they try something a little funkier? I mean, how many times do we have to do the same old bunch of astronaut things? Why not send up a load of sandwiches? Or a robot? Or that angry badger that lives in my garden? Because it doesn't fit with their agenda. That's why.
The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated. may not pay off. Announcement. Hitting the box doesn't mean what you think it means.
I've forgotten what this segment was going to be about. Do you ever just forget what you were going to say? Thoughts are like frogs, and sometimes they just hop away, but they know what they're doing. If I still knew, we'd never have had this moment. It feels right. Hold on. Yeah, I remember now. Here's a song.
Students are reminded that you came here on purpose. The campus has opened a new building. Good for us. Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension.
Breakfast can be hard for us all.
Toast again? I hate it here!
Uh-oh, give those heckling kids something new to chew on. A Lee Hog Log cereal combines 4 times of wheat with a salty crunch of crispy pork skin.
Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink. you students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Announcement. The timetable is now live. Now taking students for scientography.
Harrison Wolf bringing you unfiltered content on 2 Point Radio. I don't have an editor on my show. Why? Because editors can change what you say. They can make me say, "Hey everyone, come to my house and take my petunias." But I'd never say that outside of this specific example. It's gotta be natural, man. Give me juice with the pulp in. Give me cheese with the wax on. This is Radio Au Naturel. It's al fresco. It's al dente. Oh yeah.
The more you revise, the longer you've been revising. Skills are non-transferable. Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog.
I was watching some of that cheesy gubbins show the other day. You know, the cheesy goblins? Man, was I confused. What's their deal? Do they grow the gubbins? Are they trying to find them or mine them or something? I'd tell you, kids must be pretty smart these days to follow such a complex show. Tip of the hat to any kids listening along.
Frequently asked ask questions. Yes, we are testing you. Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. There's a fly in here.
Some expressions are more than a little strange, like getting up on the wrong side of the bed. What are you talking about? If you're having a lousy day, there's no need to vilify half of your mattress, my man. Jeez, just have a bagel or something. There's enough negativity in the world.
Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. students are reminded to find themselves. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt.
It's the end of today's show. But don't worry, every ending is the opportunity for you to, go and do something else. When life flushes the toilet, it starts showing a cool movie at that theater downtown. So have a good one, my friends. See you next time.
Distracted students should pretend that they're listening. Students are reminded that there's no such thing as free time. We are approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry. The academic year is now over. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. The academic year is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do?
Sir Nigel Bickleworth on 2 Point Radio. Welcome to 2 Point Radio, where it's a great day. Why? Because I, Sir Nigel Bickleworth, am talking into a microphone. Can you feel it? Can you hear me? Is this thing on? Really, Dennis, if this is off again, I'm going to come in there and dunk you like a biscuit. We'll check that I'm on the air and be back with more sumptuous sound wave salaciousness after this.
Students are reminded that you don't have to ask to go to the toilet. The campus is expanding, even more than usual. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Announcement. The timetable is now live. If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses.
Why is it that the youth of today believe they can churn out a radio show from the comfort of their toilet seats? The gall! In my day, one had to work for years making sandwiches and polishing the communication tower before they even let you touch a microphone. There's more to radio than ability, charm, and technological literacy. Eager little autodidacts, the lot of them.
If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you. Plagiarism is not a belief system. Students are reminded that this is the fun part.
My darling, albeit slack-jawed, nephew Kevin ushered me through cyberspace and into the world of video games. Yes, I played the latest entry in the popular Meat Wizard franchise for Sir Nigel reviews. I was lost, I was cold, I was scared. The controller was sticky and the subject matter obscene. While I'm unsurprised that it appeals to the desensitized youth of today, I'll tell you what I told that chap in the deli. No one needs that much ham. One magical gem out of a possible 5.
Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless. Education is non-refundable. Students are reminded to be in 2 places at once.
Jasmine. Odyssey. How do you follow up the best-selling album in two-point county history with even more music?
Even more. Let's go.
Jasmine Odyssey presents Even More.
Fish out of water, bigger than before. She's writing even more. Staff are reminded to care about students. Students are reminded to set reminders. No unauthorized talking on campus. Thank you. It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed. Summer break would be a convenient time for construction. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now.
To the news and the controversies surrounding Education Minister Tarquin Foxbridge, who allegedly blew his nose on official government documents. Stories like this are scandalous. It's perfectly clear to me that a group of students have fabricated the images somehow, and yet this poor minister faces all manner of backlash and public murmurings. And why? Because he was photographed doing something? I know a witch hunt when I see one.
Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Welcome to the start of a new year. I'll be your host. Hello. Students should check in before trying to learn. Staff are reminded to be inspirational.
It tends to be a one-way affair, this relationship of ours, and that's how it should be. What do you know about radio, after all? Almost nothing, I'd imagine. Still, it's time for that rare occasion where we put you, the listener, at the center of things. I am the aunt to ease your agony, the balm to abate what bites you, the A to all your cues. I am listening. Oh, and we're out of time. We'll get to your problems after this, all right? All right.
Janitor needed to unblock toilets. Lovely. Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend. are reminded that dogs don't eat homework.